This is Marsha from New Viva Weight Loss Program. We are located in Chandler, Arizona, and we are super excited to be here today to interview our friend Scott, because he's had such a great journey on our program.
I've had a great journey.
Scott, what are some of the challenges that you had prior to starting at New Viva?
I think one of the biggest challenges was just getting myself to start the program. I think that's everyone's biggest challenge is how do I get started and where do I begin? If it wasn't for the fact that I ended up going to the doctor and they told me some things that I wasn't too happy about, that was really the kick that I needed to start up, and I'm glad I did.
We're glad you did too. What's your total weight loss?
So far it's 40 pounds. I'm more than halfway to my personal goal.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm pretty happy about it.
What has that enabled you to do that you weren't able to do before?
A lot of things. It's allowed me to be a lot more active than I was before. I think the fact that when you walk basically from your couch to the fridge and you're wheezing for air, I think that's one of those signs that, hey, you need to start taking care of yourself. And now I have a lot more energy. I'm out walking, I'm doing yoga, I'm riding my bike, doing a lot more outside than I would have done before. And it's honestly, hate to sound cliche, but it's changed my life.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great. I was just going to ask you specifically, how does it make you feel at this point that you've overcome challenges to lose 40 pounds? That's a big goal to meet.
It is. I think the biggest challenge is taking that first step and overcoming that challenge and finding out that really you can try any different kind of weight loss program that's out there, but honestly this is the first one that I found that kind of makes you accountable for yourself, and that's what I've been doing. I've become accountable for myself, and I'm a lot happier now. There was a time before I started this program that I obsessed about my weight from wake up to sleep. And I'm sure there's a lot of people out there who are like that. And I don't do that anymore. I'm actually looking forward to going out to my pool in my own yard and taking off my shirt and not worrying about it.
What a weight off your shoulders to have to think about that every single day, all the time.
It's exhausting.
Mm-hmm.
The funny thing is it's so exhausting to worry about it all the time. It's much easier just for me to come in here, get it done. You learn to eat right. You learn to what's working for you, what doesn't work for you. Again, that whole self-accountability thing. And so far for me, it's worked. And again, I couldn't be happier.
That's great. Accountability, can you share with everybody a little bit more about what that looks like here at New Viva? What steps do they provide for you to help you learn to be more accountable to yourself?
Yeah, with other programs that I won't mention, that I would love to mention because it was a big waste of money, the biggest thing for me was with these other programs, you're taught to go in there and you're taught to cut out every bit of sugar, every bit of fat, and every bit of carbohydrates and stuff like that. Some of them for months and months at a time, and it is really, really tough. I think what they taught me here was, look, you don't have to do that. You can come in. When you come in, you're taught to. You can either get the meals and cook them for yourself. I cook myself. I enjoy cooking. I've learned to cook a lot more healthy. I've learned to snack a lot more healthy. My snack yesterday for lunch was a bag of green beans. That was, I prefer that over something else like a burger or some, something along those lines. That being said, the accountability part comes in where you learn that, look, if this is going to work, you have to be accountable for yourself. You instead of having that burger, instead of having that pizza, have something else that's going to be a lot more healthy for you. Not to say that you can't have a burger or a piece of pizza once in a while, which I love that. I love that you can cheat once in a while. And it's funny, when you cheat, you almost feel guilty for it, and you come in, you're like, man, I know I've gained weight. And once you get on that scale and you see that you've lost more weight, you can't help but be excited and want to come back in.
That's great. I hear you saying education, so that sounds like it's a big piece for you too. They helped you figure out how to make good choices.
Absolutely, yeah. It's taught me how to. Not only am I making good meals for myself, I'm making good meals for my family as well.
That's great.
It's working out great for me.
Everybody in your family has been affected by this in a good way.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Great.
I think they're getting tired of me talking about my weight loss, but that's all right. Just because I'm excited about it.
Sure, and that's how you should be.
Yeah.
Like I said, 40 pounds is a huge.
Yeah.
It's huge. So yeah, get excited about it. Continue to be excited about it.
And I think that's one of the other things that I love about this place is that I've lost 40 pounds before in other programs, but then once that weight was lost, you were done, and the weight comes back on, and exponentially more.
Yes.
Not only do you gain the weight back, you gain more weight back, and you learn here to lose the weight and keep it off, and again, learn how to be accountable for yourself so you can keep that weight off and keep that happiness.
Because we know that's the goal.
Yeah.
The weight loss piece is super important, but the piece that seems to be a little bit more elusive is that time between, or after I should say, you lose the weight. So for some people it's what's next, but now we've provided the answer to that. So
Absolutely.
we feel like people are really confident about that.
I love it.
And speaking of confidence, how confident does it make you feel to know that your provider here, Dr. S, it's a medically supervised weight loss program with her at the helm?
So I can tell you this for a fact, that the last program that I went through, the people who were providing the aftercare, they were just people who have no medical knowledge whatsoever. They're just people who went through the program and basically became advisors after. And what good is that doing me if I'm not getting actual medical advice? I might as well just go ask, the guy at the corner holding up the sign that, hey, how's my weight loss doing? Getting it from a doctor is paramount, because you can trust the advice that you're getting.
Absolutely. So if you don't mind, would you speak to not only Dr. S, but the clinic and the atmosphere and the staff? How critical was that in your reaching your goal?
Yeah, I think a lot of people are nervous about starting a program like this because you're very self-conscious of yourself. It is very hard to get in here because you don't want to be judged for gaining all that weight, and sometimes it happens medically, but I'll call it what it is. For me, it was basically just me being sloppy. And when I came in here, I was welcomed. Everyone was extremely friendly. I've worked with Dr. S, and I've worked with the other nurse practitioners that were in here, and nobody has ever made me feel like I shouldn't be here or made me feel self-conscious for being here. It's always been a very comfortable atmosphere. They want you to hit your goals. They want you to be healthy. And when they speak with you, hard for me to relay it here, but if you come in and speak with them, you'll know automatically that this was the right choice, because they make you feel very comfortable about the decision you made.
That's Great.
Yeah.
So if someone were to ask you, what were your challenges during the course of the program, and because there's so many options for weight loss, what would you tell them? Would it be something, how would you recommend our program to them?
To them. I think the best way, for me, I guess the biggest challenge when I first started this was, is this going to work for me? And I'll be extremely blunt. My first couple of times coming in here, I thought for sure that I wasn't going to continue it. I thought for sure that that it was just going to be another chunk of money gone, and it wasn't going to work for me. I found out quickly that it was completely the opposite. They actually do care, and that they do want to see you achieve your goals. I went from being very skeptical to a believer very quickly, because I was seeing results, but it wasn't it wasn't to the point where it was, no sugar, no carbohydrates. It was, look, you can have that, but you're not going to achieve your goals if you go that way, if you continue on your path. So they made me feel very confident, and that I think that's one of the biggest things is coming in, feeling welcome, and them building up that confidence for you so you can achieve your goals.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for being here. It was a pleasure to talk to you. I'm
my
sure
pleasure.
everybody's heard a lot of really positive things, and that you've been a huge inspiration. So thank you again.
Thank you.